further questions? Richie?
Okay, so as internal vice president, you will be sitting on EPIC and SDC, and there will be situations where student organizations will have conflicting ideas and conflicting perceptions. How, since you are the face of BSA on SDSU, how would you decide which side to take, if any?
Well, first I will do research and understand both sides of the issue, and I will communicate with my board and with my members to get their general consensus of how they feel, what the situation would be, and that would result in my final decision in the.
Susan?
How are your time management skills, and how can you balance school and this huge position on BSA cabinet?
Well, I would admit, transitioning from high school to college was really tough on me. On my first semester, I really struggled, and though I overworked myself, stressing myself out. But this semester, I have learned to balance, and I actually made a calendar for myself, so I know when to do what, and I actually making sure I do what I have to do in order to finish all my tasks.
As interim vice president, you are going to be head of leading BSA in homecoming and Greenfest. What are your strategies to improve GPM turnout?
I think Kirk displayed a phenomenal leadership role in Greenfest this past week, and I believe that's what led us to first place. And I like that his idea of making Google Doc and constantly reminding his members on the Facebook page that these events are coming up and we should really be part of it, and also making sure that we're aware of what's happening, and being that leader and showing that hunger to succeed and to achieve. It will feed off on the members, because I definitely felt it from Kirk that you want first place, I want first place too. So I tried as my best to work really hard for
I have a question. So it was recently amended in bylaws that the intern vice president will be the one in charge of the new intern program that we'll be implementing. Given that you're an intern this year, do you have any specific ideas for this upcoming program that, if you were to give the position, you would have to plan?
I believe interns this year, there wasn't really a clear direction of where they wanted to do, so I want to implement a checklist or a program that the interns could follow. Like, they would complete tasks under each position on board. So let's say secretary, they would help do a newsletter, or webmaster help fix up the website, or plan events. And it's just like a checklist, get them experience all around what being on board is about. And if they complete, because I'm not gonna force them to do it, but if they complete it, then they'll have the option to run for a top 5 position, because they prove that they know what being on board is all about. And
So you demonstrate a lot of strengths within yourself, but what do you feel is your biggest weakness, and what would you do to overcome it?
My biggest weakness is sometimes I don't have motivation or laziness. I tend to get lazy at times, but to overcome that mindset, I just think about why I'm here and how I got here, and just having that self-determination, having that self-power to push yourself. I think that's how I overcome my greatest weakness. Jody.
So this is kind of related to the question you answered before, the one that Richie asked. But in terms of interns, you say you're going to give them a checklist, but you're not going to force them to do what's on the checklist. How are you going to motivate interns to motivate each other to do work?
How I would motivate interns to do work is I would lecture them. I would not in a bad way, but I just want to remind them why they were chosen to become an intern, because the interviewing process is going to be a big part in choosing who we want as an intern. And I just want to remind them that you signed up for this, and you should get your extra.
Sorry, I just swallowed my candy. But anyways, if you're, so say you lecture them, but your interns do not follow up, what are you going to do?
I would communicate with the president or the top 5 and, come up like that they are slacking, and I believe if there is a member who can fulfill that intern position, then we would essentially kick them out and bring in a new intern, if that's possible.
If elected internal vice president, do you have any plans for co-hosting events with other orgs on campus?
So, being part of SDC, many other representatives from other orgs reached out to me because they never knew a VSA existed. And I have good relationships with APSA and AB Samhan, which are API orgs, but I also want to reach out to non-API orgs like ASU or SVO. And I just want our members to be more exposed to other organizations. So that's like my plan. Either it's like a social or a hangout. Just having them exposed is what I want.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how well suited do you think you are for this position?
On a scale of 1 to 10, as of now, I feel like I'm a 7.
Now, what will help you go up 1?
What will help me go up 1 is reevaluating myself and seeing what I did wrong and how I can improve on myself.
If elected internal vice president, you will be taking on a lot of responsibility. In terms of the bylaws, in terms of the Constitution, what are your bylaws as internal vice president?
Well, as an internal vice president, if the president is absent in any way, I will have to take over the role of a president. I have to be the connection for associated students, being the voice on STC and APIC. I have to update a list of connected organizations or having connections with other organizations, and also participate in SDSU campus events such as Homecoming and Greenfest, and also help president and secretary fill out associated students' applications. Yeah.
Any last questions? Cindy?
So how has being an intern helped prepare you for this position, and how do you plan on continuing that so future interns can do what you did?
Being an intern, I was really exposed to how a cabinet or e-board system works, and it really caught my attention that you are able to go beyond than what you're asked for, and it's a good way to challenge yourself and learn about yourself, more importantly, because you learn a lot about what you can do and how you can improve. And I believe being an intern, it really showed that I have strong leadership skills and that I am able to lead.
All right. So with that said, we're gonna end Q&A.